Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. A bit long time we didn't update on the channel, and of course there's some a little bit personal stuff, busy, and couldn't update. But here we go, we're back, and we're looking right now at Nasdaq, the all-time history. We are looking at the 2 weeks chart here, where we have potentially a 1-2 big 1-2 in the blue zone, and you're looking at the 1 2 3 4 5 for the wave 3, of course, in the blue here to unfold, and therefore, of course, 4 and a 5 continuation toward the upside. So currently we are inside the wave 5 in the yellow scenario, after of course a 4 and a 5 here continuation for higher. We got our 1 2 3 4 and a 5. This was of course the trade war problem, of course, that we saw, and the correction, the huge correction, which it has unfolded here, a 1 and then wave 2. And we're looking now continuation simply toward the upside, a 3 4 and a 5. Now of course you would like to see kind of like a 1 2 3 4 5 for a wave 3 in case we are looking for higher. So basically this wave 1 is our leading diagonal that we were tracking since the start of the recovery for the market here, as a leading diagonal, wave 1, wave 2, and then continuation for higher. So we're gonna dive a little bit deeper inside this area to see what's happened, of course, on the 2 hours chart. So on the 2 hour chart, this is our leading diagonal that we are looking at it. So that due, of course, to the zigzag as a wave 1 here, correction, continuation as a zigzag for a wave 3, correction, and currently we're looking at a zigzag. However, the wave A is very shallow, the wave C is extended, but still can be, of course, a zigzag in a wave C extended. Currently hitting the perfect blue box as expected for our wave 5 here, where this leading diagonal has transformed and developed to a bigger leading diagonal. Of course, we were considering first this leading diagonal and a small wave 5, but of course, definitely it has developed to be a bigger one, and it can expand. Of course, this is what leading diagonals can do as well, and expanding for higher in case of aggressivity in the market. And this is what we are looking at, 1 2 3 4 5, finishing wave 1 here. However, I would like to mention that even there are some possibilities here for moving, of course, for higher prices directly in different scenarios. Still a little bit low possibility. We need confirmation, of course, for this scenario, which is, of course, much more impulsive and much more looking for higher without correction. Yeah. But very rare case scenario, because of the start of it, is the most rare case scenario that you might have, which is an expanding diagonal in 1 2 3 4 and a 5, right? Expanding diagonal is like you can have it 0.5 to 1% a chance on a chart. And what does it mean? Of course, you can see this everywhere on the chart, this pattern, but to a chance to work as per Elliott wave, as a wave 1, as a motive wave, meaning 1 2 3 4 and a 5 continuation toward the upside, it has a chance of 1%. And that means, of course, in other places where you see this, it might be, of course, simply a 3 waves corrective, right? But in this case, if we don't get a retracement toward the downside after this leading diagonal, potentially, if we don't see a wave 2, and we see simply continuation toward the upside, we have no other choice there. Therefore, of course, just to take this as a expanding diagonal, wave 1. And that because, of course, continuation toward the upside, meaning, of course, you are impulsive, you're not in a leading diagonal anymore, and you're looking potentially here at triple 1-2s. Why triple 1-2s? Because none of these scenarios here has hit, by the way, the 0.38 here. Sorry. If you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, there is no wave to 0.38 minimum requirement. Second thing, you have already hit the wave 1 here, which mean, of course, intersection with it, invalidation of any kind of an impulse. Now, it can be, of course, a diagonal, but again, this diagonal looks a little bit weird and expanding, so very far possibility. Therefore, if we see higher prices again, continuation simply toward the upside, we have to come back to this scenario. Never forget it. Very important one, but very low possibility currently still. Now, currently we are in the, of course, this scenario, we are in the blue zone as expected. And if the price, of course, overshoot to the 22K, taking the 1-to-1 flip time, therefore, simply we have to go back to this scenario, yeah, to this one, which is a very, very bullish. I already explained it here also, but this one, of course, looks much more possible. Yeah. But currently, we are looking, of course, at a top for a leading diagonal in a wave 1. Your wave 5 has finished potentially in ABC. Extended, your wave C is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 5 is finishing or still looking for a little bit higher potentially. Well, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Well, the wave 3 didn't took the high yet. So yeah, potentially it still can be, of course, looking for one more high. It can be, but because I'm looking here something corrective, nothing is impulsive anyway. Yeah, so towards the downside. So basically, it still can get even higher, guys. So we have to expect this as well before moving towards the downside. So still the expectation still high, of course, to move for higher, one more leg. Be careful, but yeah, we still need to watch what's gonna happen. Is this overshoot the 1-to-1 fib level again? Therefore, definitely we're moving in something much bigger, which is definitely this one, and we're looking to take the all-time high already in continuation simply for higher, all right? And in an overview, in a bigger view, what does this mean? Of course, this scenario might be, of course, continue towards the upside, right? Simply after a wave 2 here, you're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are looking for a wave 3, of course, for a wave 5, and then continuation for higher. Yep, so that was it for Nasdaq. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.